Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Z2X. I'm back here again with my mother here. Say hello.
Hello, hello. We are back.
We are
I'm
back.
kind of nasally. My nose is all plugged up.
Alright, so. Don't mind it. We're just going to be talking like this the whole time for
My nose
hours.
is all, the pollen is so high. Although I love the warm weather.
Yeah,
It's
it
nice.
is nice.
Uh,
It is very nice. However, for something also hot on the news,
oh
warm,
yeah.
hot, what's going on with actors right now? One actor in
Well,
particular.
well, let's just talk about we talked about before with the Snow White one about actors voicing off, sounding off about shit, right? um they're always trying to make their own identity or what their views are the character should be, which is fine. I get that. But there was the one guy from, I'm typing it up right now.
From Star
um
Wars,
some
specifically
and
the
see
new trilogy.
Yeah, and so you know me, I was a huge Star Wars fan. That was my first ever movie in a movie theater when I was a kid, was the original Star Wars. I mean, it had me hooked forever. And then, and I've kind of like, okay, saw it kind of go downhill with Jar Jar Binks' character, which they should have made him the bad guy like they were supposed
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
right?
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That originally he was
Yeah,
supposed to be a
yeah,
Sith, and that's the whole thing, which I think would have been
yeah,
much more
yeah,
interesting.
much more.
And
But
that was the prequel trilogy, right
yeah,
there.
and the acting was horrible. Let's face it, Christian, whatever his name is, and what is
Christian
her name
Bale.
again? Yeah, no, not Christian. Oh, it's like hyphenated, that little actor guy. And what's her name? The one that was the princess.
Leia.
No, Leia was in the beginning. This one is the prequel that we're talking about. Uh, she's usually a good actress, but she was horrible.
Are you talking about a
Horrible.
Rey, like the main chick, or?
Yeah, no, we're talking about the prequel that
Oh,
you're talking
yeah,
about with.
prequel. Oh my god, what?
Yeah. Why do I not remember? See, that's how unmemorable it
Oh,
is. Isn't
Padme.
that sad? Yeah. But
Yeah, like that.
she.
Which that's like it's the 20th year anniversary of those movies coming here soon.
Oh wow. Well, not my original, but yeah, those prequels. She. They all were bad. Anyway, let's go back to Finn. So the character Finn,
Yeah,
the
of the
actor
new trilogy that they
of the
released.
new trilogy that they released on. Now, was this the movie or was this the TV show? It was a
This
movie, right?
it was a
Yeah,
movie.
The
The
Force
Rise.
Awakens.
I thought it was Rise of the Skywalker, or was it?
No, it was the Force Awakens. Um,
Oh yeah, you right.
he, yeah, honey, I'm a Star Wars person.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, John
John Boyega,
Boyega,
Boyega, John Boyega.
Boyega, he just made a big, huge quip about the reason why he didn't get his spinoff is because, I want to quote him. I sent it to you,
Yeah,
correct?
John Boyega says, "quote Star Wars is so white that a black person existing in it is a big deal, and toxic fans are quote okay with us playing the friend, but we can't touch their heroes."
Okay, exactly. Okay, so I want to take that in. Now, when he's saying this after how many years? 5 years that it
10.
came out, right? 10 years ago? Okay, I even looked up on AI. Everybody loved his character and they were pissed that he didn't have his own spin-off and become the actual
Well,
hero.
most people, not even just spin off. The thing is, I like, and I've been in spaces like this, nerd spaces, and I have a lot of friends that love Star Wars. They're like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
Star Wars is awesome," and like, they're like, Finn should have been the main character because it would have been really engaging because his whole character was he was a stormtrooper, and it would have
Yeah,
been
that
really
was
cool like
different. The
that.
rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the
So,
going from this evil side basically, kind of like reverse Anakin, going from this evil
yeah,
side to being like
exactly. Yeah. He
good
was the
guy.
bad side and went to the good. And everybody freaking loved it. And when they
He had
did
a
the
good
spinoff with
character.
the girl, yeah, it was a great character writing and everything. And then when they did the other, like, whatever. We really wish we had Finn. This is from my age group where like we would have rather had Finn. So for him to go back 10 years later and say that shit, it's like, dude, you did not read the room.
Yeah, no,
Everybody loved it.
not
You're
at
bringing
all.
race into something that no, 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 no. Everybody would have rather have
Even
had you.
even people that I've seen that would be critical of like those characters being in like like are like, oh, do you whatever, right? Like even people that
Yeah.
like that were like, wow, Finn would have been so much better over Rey, because Rey is such a Mary Sue. The term Mary Sue becoming popular again in pop culture
Was because of her.
because
Yeah.
of her, because she was like, actually, I'm like the descendant of whoever, and I've got all these force powers, and it comes naturally to me, and I'm just the best and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and I mean, come on. So this is my view, and the audience really pushed it too, and the again, directors didn't listen. They didn't read the room either. He's not reading the room, they didn't read the room. And so to blame the audience for the producer's downfall again pisses me off more than
Yeah, a
anything,
hundred
because
percent.
why bring race into this when everybody actually loved it? I mean, so he's basically calling Star Wars fans, let's face it, white
Racist.
supremacist.
Yeah,
Racist
yeah,
white
because
supremacist. It's
another, because also this is the full quote, by the way. I just found it. He said, "Let me tell ya, Star Wars has always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something. In it was something." Boyega said in the documentary, "You can always tell it's something when Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are in the cookie dough. It's like they just scattered that in there, bro."
it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting he even said that.
Yeah, they're okay with us
Because
playing the best friend, but once we touch their heroes, once we let them lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my god, it's just a bit too much. They're pandering. The actor added,
no,
yeah.
go ahead. I was just
The
gonna say
actor
that
added
nobody.
while also acknowledging that being cast in the franchise was a fundamental moment in his career.
And yeah, what an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. He's an asshole and a whiny little bitch. He shouldn't blame the fans. He needs to blame the producers and the people that rewrote it and decide a woman would be the head character, a white woman
A
too,
white
let's
woman,
face
yeah.
it.
You see,
So
why don't you blame Disney and all that instead of the fans? When the fans, everyone
exactly.
was
The
like, we
fans wanted
gotta.
him. We wanted him. And even
I
AI.
I
So
gen-
the AI, I did an
genuinely
AI
think.
overview to see what, okay, back in the day when when the Force Awakens first came out, what was the fans' discussion about it? And AI gave me it, and they said many fans and critics appreciated Finn's initial portray as a conflicted former stormtrooper. They wanted him to continue. He was like the everyman, and everybody identified with him. He was like their Han Solo in today's updated.
Yeah,
So give
and
me a break.
yeah,
This is AI.
well,
It's not mine.
the AI thing, I will say, it does an overview of,
Yeah.
and it has the links there because it's the Google AI I see, and I
Yeah.
checked out the links. A lot of them are from various articles or giant like Reddit
At the
threads
time frame. Yeah.
and other
Mhm.
things, even from then to recent.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about about then, because he's saying that then when he was in there, this is how they were to him. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on it, because now I don't like him as a person. Now the character was awesome and he did really, really good acting. He was a really good actor.
But then he
I
got
just
pushed to the side, though. He was just given a
yeah,
short
and
script
that's
in the
not
second
that
and
is
third
not
movies.
yeah, that is not the audience's fault. That is the producers. Again, and this is the title that we're going to be doing and talking about. We're talking about movies and actors and producers pulling their own little hands and not wanting and not doing what the audience wants.
Yeah,
That's the
I
conversation
think
that we're going
I
to
think a
have.
key thing here too is that like it would have been a really awesome story to have
Oh my God, it still would,
like
really, if you think
Finn and
about
then
it.
Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, like, and if you it was just a
Uh-huh.
little different. Though you can blame it all on her. What's her name? Well, I mean J.J. Abrams directed.
Yeah, he's the one who directed it. Yeah.
But there was
But I
that
just
one chick that was in charge of all Star Wars stuff.
yeah, the Disney chick. Yeah. And she's all about feminist and gays and all, I mean that's whatever, but it's like, dude, don't I'm talking about the star right now. He is putting down the audience when the audience actually were trying to fight for him. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, the
I'm
next
done.
one though.
The-
Yeah,
the-
yeah, because I mean Star Wars, that stuff. He's just trying to get back into good graces, and
I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's not getting back into good graces because nobody's going to like him now after you make a comment like that, especially the franchise people like that. Okay, so
but the
now,
next one, I'll let you cover this one.
oh, okay, this like lit me up, and and a lot of people, and I'm seeing it all over, especially Christians, because so it's C.S. Lewis's, and it's a reboot. It doesn't say remake; it says reboot.
Yeah,
So
because
it's like
they already had a film thing in it,
yeah,
so it's like
yeah. So it's supposed to be a Netflix reboot. It's not a sequel. It's not anything else of the Chronicles of
it's the
Narnia.
original story retold, basically.
Exactly. And so Greta Gerwig is the producer, and she's a big, also feminist and all this stuff too. And again, I'm fine with you being a feminist. Who cares? But so a lot of Christians love Narnia because C.S. Lewis was a very big
He
Christian.
was
It
a
was kind of
devout Christian, yes.
a devout, yes, and he made this story for people to children to like kind of give them a Christian view, like Aslan was Jesus, right? So now they're looking at freaking the voice for Aslan to be Meryl Streep, a woman.
Which anyone listening, Meryl does not sound like a lion, a male lion to me. I don't know Meryl.
She's well, and to me, and I'm not, I'm not a religious crazy person, but I do see their perspective because Jesus, it's like a slap in the face to Christian people or people who are religious. And they mean to do that. She means to do that. And to her to say that she doesn't, she's lying.
Yeah.
Because to even think and to even entertain a woman being Aslan means she's going to change the story around. She's going to make things different. Now, the characters in Aslan or Narnia, the girls were awesome characters. They have two boys and two girls. It was very well balanced.
Split, yep.
They did great. And the story was, it's a very good story in itself. If you're rebooting it, why do you have to change it? I don't understand why you have to change it. In the end, if they're going to make a female Aslan, all the people who are Narnia is their favorite. They just disenfranchise them. They don't want to watch it then. They're going to boycott. It's going to be a Snow White again.
Well, because the whole thing too that you got to think of is that when they say, "Oh, we're gonna change this," it's always like, you give a mouse a cookie, right? You're like, I'm changing this. Oh, well, also we should change this while we're at it. Well, let's just change this, and all of a sudden,
exactly, that's the point. It's going to change the complete thing. Okay, and the same writer, I looked on her
IMDb,
Wikipedia, yeah, and it said that she was she also was part of the Snow White, but it wouldn't put. It said. I think they changed it when Snow White bombed, this last Snow White, but it looked like she had writer credentials for it. So she wrote parts of the Snow White film, and we all know how that fucking turned out.
Yeah.
Pardon my French, as we're talking about a Christian show, Narnia. Anyway, and it's funny because it changed, and it said something like her IMDb page and Wikipedia for her profession. It said undecided or undetected, or she didn't, or
It's the equivalent of if you got fired from a position, so on your LinkedIn page you removed it silently, so no one can look at it.
It said she had writing credits on there, but it wouldn't say what she wrote, is what it said.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, okay, whatever. And she did Barbie, which was trying to emasculate men. Everybody knew that's what Barbie was. Yeah, the new one. She was the producer of the new one.
The funny thing is that Barbie became super popular among men because everyone was like, they looked at Ryan Gosling as Ken and they're like, oh my god, that's literally me.
Yeah, Ken exactly. And so, and she got pissed, right? She got really pissed about that. Mad. But the thing is like, honey, again, now here we go again. The writer and producers are not doing what the audience wants. So how is it going to turn out for them?
It's going to go bad.
How's it? It's not going to be good. They've already have these leaks that it's not even leaks. She's actually said that this is what she's doing and that Meryl Streep has been tapped for Aslan. So it's like, what are you expecting you're going to get? Now she thinks, oh, I'm going to get all these women and we're wanting and getting against man, and they'll probably throw some Trump thing in there because it's so easy to make fun of him. which is it's old now.
All right,
It's getting really old.
are you guys excited for them to gender swap the White Witch and actually, I am the White Witch.
It turned out.
My empire. The snow is gonna be huge. It's gonna be endless. I hate the lion.
Oh my god, that would be. I mean, I could see them doing something like that, but not in an ironical way. You know what I mean? We're making fun of it,
Completely
but
serious.
they would be serious about it because, oh my god, heaven forbid. Anyway, all right. That was my rant on this because I'm going to keep an eye on it because I'm pissed because I love Narnia and I love Star Wars and these people are and I know I'm the Gen X and I'm old and there's a new generation coming, but you even grew up on Narnia and there's nothing to be changed. It's a classic for a reason. They call these things a classic for a reason. And to me, this is lazy writing. It's lazy it's just lazy writing. They're changing what has already been. So in my mind, it's like, be creative. You're lazy. There's no creativity. So you're taking another story and changing it. Wow. Ooh, how edgy. No, it's not. You guys lack creativity and lack understanding and real knowledge. Even the Barbie movie, that was just some childlike play thing. They just made it into a musical. It really did not take. She took already a storyline as kids because there's Barbie books, there's Barbie cartoons, and she took from those and created her own. So she's basically stealing other storylines and just manipulating them and making.
The only reason Barbie wasn't more poorly received and actually was a success was because, incidentally, in an attempt to make satire, she ended up making something that the people she was satirizing actually enjoyed.
Thought it was funny, yeah. They took it a different way
because people were like, "Oh my God, Ken actually is right," and this is like it was too good. That's the thing. It was too good, but not intentionally how they desired.
Yeah. I just think that, man, I really think they lack creativity. I mean, now granted, the Barbie movie was funny and there was quite a fun things. I mean, I personally didn't really like it because I'm not a big Barbie fan. But I know a lot of my friends did, and they really thought it was hilarious, enjoyed it. And a lot of your friends thought it was funny too. So, I mean, but again, is it creative? Is it its own? She's so creative and so intelligent that she can write this great script? I don't think so. I think she's stealing from others and then putting them together. That she knows she's good at recognizing things, but that doesn't mean she's good at creating things.
Yeah.
And then Narnia, the same thing. So she's trying to change everything, which is ridiculous because it's already a classic. Leave it as that. All right, now let's move on to your story.
All right, so right here we have story. Vanessa Kirby confirms Fantastic Four First Steps explores gender politics with Sue Storm.
I think gender politics, that whole term is weird anyway. But go on.
That's a weird one. Yeah, so
it is. Why say that? Why say that?
Actress Vanessa Kirby, and I'm not talking about that little pink guy that sucks things up, Nintendo-wise. Weird ass name, I just gotta say to have. But confirmed that Marvel Studios' upcoming Fantastic Four First Steps explores gender politics with her Sue Storm character. I just gotta say, which I think is ridiculous. There's nothing in the character like that.
In the 80s, in the 80s she became Malice, but they said this is the 60s comic book that they're redoing. So she's trying to combine the 80s character with the 60s, but that's 20 years difference.
Also, specifically, she doesn't become Malice, basically. So Malice was created by Hate Mongerer, which basically it's literally the evil manifestation of Sue Storm.
Yeah, but she's saying that she manifests into Malice. Okay. Did you read an article?
Yeah.
The article that she said.
I'm reading. I'm just telling you the original. The original is like.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But she's not. That's not where she's taken from it.
I'll continue though. Kirby spoke with Entertainment Weekly saying, quote, "If you played an exact 60s Sue today, everyone would think she was a bit of a doormat. So figuring out how to capture the essence of what she represented to each generation, where the gender politics were different and embody that today was one of the greatest joys of this."
So, so she changed the gender politics, and they're rumored also that that means the role of the husband, because she said, the article that I read part, she said that because Malice turns into Malice and she goes crazy after being a mother, she said that she wants to bring in that dark side to see why she ended up changing in the 80s, which I was like, wasn't the storyline, but that's what she's going to do. So she's going to bring in her undertone of what made her character lose it.
Yeah, because literally the whole idea of it is that she was basically Malice was created out of Susan Storm when Hatemonger used like evil magic on her and made her like evil.
Well, yeah, and so she's trying to say that because she was like a home mom and a stay-at-home mom and stuff.
I'll directly quote it here.
Yeah, like, go ahead.
She explained. Furthermore, Kirby showed that she ensured her depiction of Susan Storm was not, quote, the stereotype of a goody sweet mother. She explained, quote, one of the things I love most from Sue's history is when she becomes Malice and all of her dark stuff comes out. I was obsessed with that character, with that chapter of her life, so I wanted to make sure there were tones of Malice in there with her. She wasn't just the stereotype of a goody sweet mother. I've always been...
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then another quote directly after... I've always been really interested in the mess of femininity. How can you be both? How can you be all the things, not just tough, invincible, powerful woman, but also a mother who gives birth, which is itself a superhero act, she confirmed. I love that these characters are really humans in a messy family who argue and try to work it out and get things wrong.
Yeah, but that was the point. She's saying she doesn't understand Malice was not Sue. She was... It was the complete opposite, and it used it. So she doesn't have malice in her. Malice becomes from something else.
It is literally it's like if you took all of your worst features and then like made them like 200% or like 500%, just like, and then got rid of all the good ones.
So Malice is the opposite of Sue, the Sue character. So Sue character wouldn't be a feminist. Sue character would be a strong mother and love her kid and sacrifice for her husband and her kid, especially because it was the 60s. She's not a doormat. Why can't they stay to the classic same thing? Who cares if there's a time difference? It shows that there was a difference in that time.
Yeah,
of how people were.
Yeah, because
it's just like there's nothing wrong. Why are you trying to rewrite history?
Yeah, because
women weren't like that.
Yeah, because she's like, if Reed is the most intelligent, which Reed is Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic himself.
Yeah,
is
her husband.
Scientifically intelligent person, then she is the most emotionally intelligent person on the planet. Between two of them, they're building an idealistic society. I also think just something I wanted to touch on too. Is she's like, oh, how can you be both? How can you be all of these things? You know how much...
Can't.
All I gotta say is, you know how much men have to be? I mean, that's what a lot of these stories are too. Like...
I know. They act like only women are the ones who are doing everything. I know, honey. I'm a mom. I'm a wife.
Look how much dad has to do, right? Like, he has to deal with so much. And, I mean, do a little quote here. A man provides... Even when he's not appreciated, even when he's not loved, respected, or anything else, but because he is a man.
A man, and he wants to. Most men that provide for their family, they work hard because they want their family to be safe and to be taken care of, and that's their love language. I mean, these women talk about their love language.
That's exactly what I want to do.
That's men's love language, is to be the person that is holding it all together for them, and then the wife is the person on the inside holding it all together for them. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Like,
anyway,
you don't need some girl boss thing, and that's the whole idea, though, is that the Fantastic Four is like a big family, effectively.
Yeah.
Like,
and they have all their roles, and it's okay. Everybody has their roles in whatever role. But let's talk about the other character in Fantastic Four that they're changing to.
Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch.
Yeah. So what did he say about his character and them say, the producer?
So hold on, I gotta pull up the article. Give me a second. Real quick.
It's okay. I'll give the... Did you find it? Because he was talking about that he's not going to...
The director and cast reveal some huge changes to the Human Torch and Invisible Woman. Yeah.
I think I did an AI synopsis for you. If you look up there too, of what he said.
Yeah. So this is more. I found a different article on it. It was more like generally going over everything, but I can highlight it. Beyond the unique setting, it sounds like we're getting a much different take on each member of the Fantastic Four, including Johnny Storm. The world is a very different place now, and it seems like there's no longer room for a reckless womanizing Johnny. Quote,
again, they're changing the classic, but they're supposed to be in the 60s original. Fuck off. Go ahead.
yeah, quote, he's a man that leads with a lot of bravado, which can be an affront sometimes, but he's funny, Joseph Quinn says of the Human Torch. Myself and in brackets Marvel Studio boss Kevin Feige were speaking about previous iterations of him and where we are culturally. He was branded as this womanizing devil may care guy, but is that sexy these days? I don't think so. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings, and hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. Shackman adds,
Yeah.
Johnny is really smart. He's been on that spaceship for a reason, and I think sometimes people are forgetting that in various comic stories, he's one of the most heroic of them, even if he's undercutting his heroism on every turn through humor. He's Sue's brother, which means they are cut from similar cloth. I think that is kind of ridiculous take on the character. A little bit.
I did too, and that's what I thought too. I was like, I did not take that from the character at all. I don't know if these people are just really not comic book people. They should have taught. They should have. I don't think so either. Or maybe they should have gotten in the fan base and talked again. What is the moral to this?
Talk to the fans.
Yeah, talk to the fans, talk to the audience.
I think
now we have got actors and producers that literally are against the fans, but that's who is going to be paying their checks.
Yeah,
I don't understand this.
Yeah,
I don't understand why they do this.
Because thing is, I've seen some of the clips, and the actor they have for Johnny Storm, actually, like, I love his delivery of stuff, and he seems like he's a great actor, and he's like he's naturally a funny guy, right? But also, thing is, Human Torch, that's a big part of his character. He's a womanizer. He's confident. Here's a little story here. So, in the original comics, Doctor Doom was Doctor Doom is the main antagonist. He's like of the Fantastic Four and this huge, humongous villain. Like, they're making a movie about him. Absolute Doom's coming out soon. And, like, he was ready to set his whole thing aside with the Fantastic Four, and he was going to get married, and he had the Fantastic Four at his wedding. And Johnny Storm slept with Doctor Doom's wife, or like soon-to-be wife, and
that's why it started the whole.
It made their beef like 1,000 times worse. And
yeah.
And that's the thing about his character, is that's a big part of it, and that's a big part of the story, is that literally because he's such a womanizer and all this stuff, it's not looked at as good. It's not looked at as a good trait a lot of the time, but like he's this way, and that screwed up so bad. It's like big things.
Yeah, it's when people's egos and libidos take over everything and ruin everything for everybody else. But that's the good storyline. People learn from that, and to change the character, whatever. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just I'm over it. I'm over this because it's like, dudes. Why? Again, is this creative? Yeah. Is this creative?
No.
Is this making their own?
No. It isn't. If you want to see an instance of Marvel stuff where they make their own but stay accurate to the comics, Marvel Rivals, as of recent, has been so good at that because they take these in-character designs and they do awesome stuff with them. They like mix these like different characters together and in different ways. And like if you want a good characterization of Johnny Storm, look at like straight up look at Marvel Rivals. Like there's a lot of voice lines he has in that game where it's like he flirts with the female characters. Sometimes he's successful, sometimes it isn't, and it's played off like pretty funny. But like overall, he's shown as being charismatic though cocky. That's a big part of his character.
And the thing is also they're saying why he wants to bring out, the actor was saying he wants to bring out the reason why he has to seek so much attention. That was the difference. I'm like, okay, that's going to be scary. What is their reason and their views of why? I don't like it. I see something really bad coming out of that he's overcompensating for something. And I don't like that thought process. Anyway, I think I think we're close to 30 minutes now.
Yeah, we're closing up on 30 minutes. All I'm going to say too is that when people are like, the reason that he's such a homewrecker or whatever, and such like a womanizer is that's just his character. He's prideful, he's narcissistic, he's cocky, he's heroic, but he's the exact example of the archetype of cocky heroic hero.
And guess what? He doesn't always win. He actually causes trouble with that.
A lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and his mistakes have consequences, like Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
And that was the good part of that. I mean, you learn from his mistakes, you know. Anyway, that's my viewpoint
but
of
that's
what's going on right
that.
now in Hollywood. Or my view of what's going on in Hollywood. They're sucking. They're
Yeah,
sucking,
I
sucking, sucking.
completely. And also, I just gotta say, Marvel Rivals. Do you know who makes Marvel Rivals? I was just gonna add.
Disney?
China does. China, it's a
Oh,
Chinese,
of
it's
course.
Tencent, and somehow
Yeah.
they are doing a better job at characterizing in showing our comic book characters than American studios that make movies or games even of Marvel. I'll pull it up on screen and like a little comparison of stuff. In my opinion,
Oh,
I'll have.
you're talking about the game that
But,
you
but
Marvel
both,
Rivals?
yeah, the game Marvel Rivals, but also just like other games Western studios make, and
Oh, got you.
alongside
Yeah.
other instances because they have a story in it, like
Well,
a
because
somewhat
we were
story.
talking about the movie, so some people wouldn't understand that
Yeah,
that's a
okay,
video game.
I understand. Yeah, Marvel Rivals is a video game made by Tencent. Um,
Yeah.
and but like it has all the Marvel characters in it. They do really good characterization. It's better than the American game studios, and in my opinion,
I
this
know.
shows that it's
Yeah.
better than the American film companies too, with the story they're
Well,
creating
we
and
don't
just
know for sure. We're going to have to see them, both of them, the Narnia one and the Fab Four.
Fantastic
Um,
Four. Yeah,
Fantastic Four, yeah. But it's just not looking good again. It looks like we knew what Snow White was going to be because of these people talking.
yeah, and
And
then
it did turn out bad, and it did. And so it's like, you guys, studios, hello,
yeah,
studios, people,
studios, come
writers,
on.
listen to the audiences. We do not want that.
Cause
We
yeah,
don't.
we
It's over. We don't
no,
want
not
it.
at all. Cause the
If
Fantastic
you want
Four
that,
seems so promising, but now I'm like,
yeah,
eh,
I know. And see, people, no, if they want to create like a strong female character, which I'm all up for. I was a big Wonder Woman fan. I was a big fan of the X-Men with Storm and all of them too. I mean, then create a freaking female character. Create it. Stop changing. If you want to create a man that's not as strong and the woman leads, then create that. But don't take old stuff and change it. Just
yeah,
don't.
uh
It's
huh.
not going to work. It's not working. Anyway, end of my
Yeah,
rant.
that is
That's our
that
Hollywood
right there.
rant today.
We're gonna have to see how these things go, and how everything moves forward.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And then we'll say we're right or we're wrong, how other
when is
people take it.
Fantastic Four? Fantastic Four first
It's
step,
coming this summer, I think.
July 25th.
Yeah, yeah. And then the Finn thing, I just think he's completely wrong. He's wrong. I know during that time frame everybody wanted it. So,
Yep. And Narnia is coming out next year, so we won't have to worry about December
yeah.
2026. So that's going to be a year and a half or so. So.
All right, sounds good.
All right,
All right.
but that is
Then
about it for today. We'll see you guys later. Bye
yeah.
bye.
Bye.